I got a good show for y'all. A lot to talk about. Kareem the Dream, keep up with everything.
Get your entertainment news with Kareem on the Traffic Jam Thursday at 4 p.m.
The Washington State Nonprofit Conference is the largest gathering of nonprofit professionals in the state. Visit nonprofitY.org to learn more about this powerful gathering of leaders, employees, board members, and nonprofit supporters. You can join May 13th and May 14th in person, or May 16th in Spokane, or May 20th in Tacoma. With 30 workshops, 4 keynote sessions, and 4 distinct learning tracks, the Washington State Nonprofit Conference is an incredible opportunity to connect with experts and discover resources and strategies to drive positive change in your organization. Ready for action? Register today at nonprofitY.org.
Here with the Rainier Avenue Radio Traffic Update. You can listen to us in your car 24/7 anytime by downloading the free TuneIn app. Once you do, search Rainier Avenue Radio. And remember, do not curse out your fellow drivers. This has been your Rainier Avenue Radio Traffic Update.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Clean Greens Living, broadcasting here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. It is your host, Queen Bree, in the building on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Spring is here, which means good weather is coming. All right, guys, announcements for today. Clean Greens is now accepting you as CSAs. If you are interested in becoming part of our CSA community, please email me at blackdollarcleangreens@gmail.com or visit www.cleangreensfarmmarket.com. For those of you who are joining us for the first time and you do not know what a CSA is a community supported agriculture, which means that you pay for us to grow your fresh organic vegetables, and you get them while we're in season from June until late October. I don't know if you've ever eaten fresh produce out of a garden or off the farm. It is just so different than buying your groceries in the store. Now, that is not to discourage you from buying in the store, but I just want to encourage you to support your local growers. The food is fresh. It is right next to you. That's what Farm to Table comes from. The food is fresh. It's in your community. It's in your area. It has not traveled. It doesn't have travel time or storage time, and you know exactly where it came from. At Clean Greens, you get opportunities to come out on the farm, help us grow the food, help us plant the food. Also, if you come and volunteer, you get so much from it. You get fresh air, you get exercise, and you get to walk away with a fresh bag of produce. If you cannot afford a CSA bag, you can also sign up to receive a free bag, no questions asked. Our mission is to get our community and our people fed, and we want you to eat healthy. We want to provide you with education around eating healthy. So stay tuned and stay updated on all the things Clean Greens. You can, again, find us at our website, www.cleangreensfarmmarket.com, or you can go follow us on Instagram and Facebook and stay updated. Wow, I was doing so good. Anyways, stay updated with the latest. It's almost Earth Day, guys. Next Tuesday is Earth Day. And with Earth Day coming up, Rainier Avenue Radio will be celebrating Earth Day all week from April 21st through the 26th, right here in Columbia City live. So if you guys want to participate and learn more about it, it's Earth Deserves More Than a Day. It does deserve more than a day. So we'll have Monday the 21st, a welcome by Tony B and Lavera Brown, land acknowledgement. Tuesday is Earth Day, so we'll have morning update with Tony and Lavera Brown and a tour of the Duwamish River. Phil M Radio will be broadcasting about environmental awareness. Friday 25th, we'll have an update with Tony and Lavera, and partnering with immigrant and refugees communities on a safer fishing with King County Water and Land Resources. There's so many things each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday, April 26th at noon, volunteer event and community resources at Skyway Park. You can also join Clean Greens in our Amy Yee Community Garden, where we will be doing community work for Earth Day. We'll be doing some seed starting for our farm and our gardens. We'll be doing some weeding. We'll just be cleaning up our gardening and getting it prepared. For those of you who do not know, we have this partnership with Parks, and we will be expanding come this summer. And we are looking for volunteers to come help us with that expansion, and also come help us clean up our garden and prepare for our future with Clean Greens, and for our youth program that we have in the summer, where youth ages 5 to 16 can come in and learn about gardening, learn how to grow their food, where food comes from, how to grow it, feeding their community. I love everything about it. You get to connect with community partners, community members, and the children add so much value to this. So please join Rainier Avenue Radio for Earth Deserves More Than the Day. And then join Clean Greens if you can. That'll be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right. Special guest in the house. I am so excited. We've got this lady in person. Look, we both finally got it together. I'm super excited to have Myesha Mitchell in here. Myesha Mitchell is a licensed massage therapist, birth doula, and a community advocate. So this, I feel like I might have to have Myesha a few times, because every time I talk to her, I learn something, and there's just so much more new and things that she don't know. Is like, I have been talking about her and this massage that she gave me since I got it, and I need to hurry up and reschedule an appointment. So everyone, please welcome on Myesha Mitchell.
Hi.
Hello, Myesha. Isn't she beautiful? Hello, girl.
Hi, y'all.
Oh my God, I almost started singing. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful?
You gonna just serenade me?
Hurry. For those of you listening, Samara did not get her vocals from me, but I contribute just a smidget. Anyways, so welcome on, Myesha. How you been?
I've been awesome. Been working. This week is actually Black Maternal Health Week as well. So I just did a speak this last Saturday at Berrien Community Center with organizations that I partner with, Blackberry and Black Mamas. And so I love to do advocacy for those things. And it's something I'm really passionate about, and another part of my story and the work that I do in outreach as a doula and in community health equity.
For those who do not know, what is Birth Week? What do you guys focus on during both birth? What is the importance of Birth Week?
So Black Maternal Health Week is important because there is currently a national Black maternal health crisis here in the United States and all areas actually of the world. But in the U.S. specifically, we have some of the highest maternal death rates in the country right now. Black women are dying 3 to 4 times greater than any other group, and 80% of those deaths are preventable. And so the main reasons that this is happening is due to racial bias and implicit bias that happens from racial discrimination. And so in the work that I do in advocacy, I work to educate people on the importance of a doula, which a doula is a support and emotional support person that helps to lead in advocacy and helping someone understand their body and their care and the rights that they deserve and their quality of care, and also ways to be able to support them at any stage in their prenatal or postpartum period. So for folks who don't know what a doula is, that is what it goes into detail a little bit more, but I just gave you the short version. But there's plenty of agencies that are out there that are offering free doula support. And I actually was part of advocating for Medicaid reimbursement for Washington State. So now there's actually Medicaid doulas available through Washington State. So that means completely for free. If you're someone who has Medicaid, that you can get a doula support services for you during any time that you request.
Wow, you said 80% of those deaths can be prevented. That is insane.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that this is happening. I'm happy that there is a week dedicated to it. I'm happy that there's more talks of doulas. I had a few different birth experiences, but I know I have 4 kids. And I have 4 kids and 1 good birth experience. And even though it was a good birth experience of how I was treated as a Black woman, I still had medical issues during that time. So I'm happy it did happen with the people, because they took very good care of me. My doctor was she was on it. She was serious. She was there. I feel like she was there majority of the day checking on me. Wasn't very specific about what it was. I just remember blood clots coming out. Like I sneezed or I threw up or something, and it just came out of both ways. So it's important to know these things so you know how to advocate for yourself. Like I didn't know how to advocate for myself. So even to this day, I can tell you my experience, but I can't tell you what that was. I couldn't tell you like, why did I have those blood clots? What was that? Like, I couldn't tell you. So this just excites me that we are putting emphasis on Black women, because people don't understand that Black women still do not get treated as our white counterparts.
No, not at all. And we're not seen as human beings. That's by design. They're still being taught in medical schools that Black people have a higher tolerance of pain than any other group. So it's like that's dehumanizing right there in itself, that to say that because of your race you don't receive pain or don't feel pain. And so that's a stigma that's stuck on Black women very strongly in society, that we're strong, you can handle it, and it's just these stereotypes are not just something that's just a saying, it's something that literally harms us. And this factors into the outcomes of these numbers and the data that we see every day. And when I go over things and I'm going and talking to politicians or in public policy, this is data and numbers to people, but these are actually human beings and babies that are more at risk because their mother's more at risk. But also we have the highest rates when it comes to babies dying, preterm labor or early intervention could have changed outcomes, or, even after. So there's so much negligence that comes up due to race. And so Black Maternal Health Week is not only a time to talk about these stats and statistics, but also to normalize people's awareness of it, and also to, also reclaim this for Black people and Black women, knowing that advocating and doing this work that I do myself, this is a way for us to create our own solutions, and also to, know better for ourselves so we can know how to advocate for ourselves. So I love to be able to, tell as much as I can to anyone who hasn't had that experience, because I've come across it a lot where a lot of people don't know what a doula is. They don't know how, it could be beneficial, or if they needed one, or even if they tell me their birth story, they don't realize the level of trauma that they could have had or have had in their experiences. And that in itself, even from what you said of like not understanding your experience doesn't mean that it was the best experience either. Yeah. Like if you're getting quality care and you're getting care that you deserve, you should understand everything that's going on every step of the way. It shouldn't just be like, it's done to you. That's good. Like, no, I should understand what happened and why it happened. And that helps me for the future if I ever experience anything or if something happens to anyone else. You said you have daughters. So it's like being able to know how to be able to do better comes from your lived experience. So this is really important to have these conversations and have this open, to everyone to be able to know how we can do better and how we show up for each other too.
And I love that I love that, like, if you have a doula and you don't know how to advocate for yourself, you can advocate for yourself. And when you speak about like mentioning our daughters and mentioning maternal health and how we can support each other more, it's also in our community of, you have these feelings and these experiences supporting women when they say that this is happening to them. Because even in our community, we have even been taught to teach ourselves and our children to withhold pain.
Yes.
and stand pain. So just even knowing like you are not tripping or crazy if you're experiencing something and people around you don't believe you.
No. And it's something that's deeply ingrained. If we want to even go into history and slavery and post-traumatic slavery disorder, all those things too. It's like people were conditioned to accept pain, right? Yeah. And so this is just a modern day way of creating that same thing and saying that, hey, this is what you can tolerate. It's like, this is not something that I deserve. This is not something that I should be deserving or anyone should be deserving in 2025. Yeah. And so to see that these stats have not only, been horrible, but they've increased even more beyond COVID. So it's like, this is why, I do the work that I do and I'm so passionate about it, because I want everyone to know that we all play a part in this and how we show up and how we educate each other and support each other. Because even if you don't know, what a doula is, and you find out from me, it's like now you can help to support someone else or advocate for someone else to get one, or if you know someone else is going through things, especially if they're single or if they're young or if they don't have a lot of resources or support or family. Those are all reasons why you should have someone. So it's like I've worked with people who are, well-off Black people who still need a doula.
Yeah.
No one is exempt. And a prime example of that, if we go into seeing like some celebrities who came forward about their story, like Serena Williams, someone who is a, superstar and athlete and had dismission of her body when she has a higher body awareness than anyone as a superstar athlete, and her pregnancy and her birth, she was still dismissed on what she was feeling and her concerns. So it just goes to show no matter who you are, no matter how educated you are, or how much money you have, no one's exempt. And this is something that needs to be taken seriously.
Yes. And I feel like it is. There was a school, I was trying to look it up, but I can't remember, that is starting a doula program, because this is how important it is. And it's simple as like, with my two sons, when I went into the hospital because I was having contractions, but the contractions wasn't pulling up on the machine, and they sent me home. The first son, I was in active labor and did not know. So by the time I got back to the hospital, he was coming, and it ended up being a funny story we could tell now, but it wasn't a funny story then. The second time, I wish I had a doula, but the second time I did not leave the hospital. I left from where I was, but I didn't leave the hospital. Again, I was in active labor. So it's just stuff like that where it's so important to be able to get someone who can advocate for you if you can't advocate for yourself and don't know how. A lot of us don't know how to advocate because we think, oh, well, maybe I am tripping. Maybe this isn't that serious. Maybe,
And it happens a lot because of that dismission of feeling like you're asking for too much, when it's like, in fact, we're not asking for enough. We often don't feel that we deserve enough because that's something that's ingrained in society as well. So for me, for my clients, I make sure they're pampered, they're spoiled. That from my massage.
Girl, we're gonna get into that.
Yes. And so, even from the work that I do as a doula and massage, I treat everyone with the utmost respect and valuing their body, and also in educating them on what I see and what I feel from my lived experience in this work. And I'm really good at being in tune with my people in the same way as their doula. And so, this is something that is what we rightfully deserve, but it's seen as a luxury when it's not. It's part of preventive health. It's something that's strengthening our community. It's something that's being able to continue our legacy for our children as we deserve. When they're born and they're born in a trauma space, that actually is transferred into them as well. So it's like, it's not only affecting that parent, it's affecting that child that's being born into this world in a way that they shouldn't have been. So it's bigger than just us.
You're hitting me with the 80% could be prevented. You're hitting me with to pamper and take care of people. Society, this world has us so like, they don't understand what women go through to have a baby vaginally and then to have a baby with a C-section. And then we're just supposed to just jump back up and just be to it. So remember, the one thing that really stuck out to me is like, if you're pregnant or someone who's pregnant or your wife is pregnant, it's not a luxury. Like you say, spoiling and pampering, those are words that we use, but it's not a luxury. Those are things that women need after they have a baby. I think back to when I didn't even process like postpartum that I could have been dealing with, because there were some times where I just didn't feel myself for years, but there wasn't education around it. But what I love, what you said, is that you take care of your people, and she look. I was talking to someone about the massage, and we were talking about not only how you walked me through the massage, but you parented me through the massage. And that's the word I could use, but that loved on me, showed me what it was to feel the difference after she gave me a massage, and she massaged my right arm, and she's like, all right, see how your arm feels now. Then she was, talking about this is tight. There could be trauma there. There could be this, all of this, like getting a doula, supporting Black women, supporting women, yourselves, your community is not a luxury. It is something that is needed. So tell us, how did you get, like, you're a doula. So how did you get into massage, or was it massage first and then doula? Like, I feel like they both go together. So let's talk about that.
So I actually got into massage therapy first. I, wanted to do this work forever and a day, but I was in a space where I wasn't ready to go to school yet. And I had a traumatic situation. I kind of talked about that briefly on the last time I kind of popped in, but I had a traumatic event. I'm a survivor of police brutality. I'm just going to go give you guys a short version. And I had an officer racial profile me. He tased me 5 to 7 times until the second officer arrived. And that made me go into a deep traumatic space where I was diagnosed with PTSD, insomnia, anxiety, depression, gained over 100 pounds in traumatic weight gain within a year. So I started doing all this holistic practice, mental health therapy, all the things. And it led me to this path of massage. So when I got into it, I wasn't planning on doing it like I do it at all. I was just going to do it on the side while I went back to school and figured out what else I was going to do. And then I wound up falling in love with it and the outcomes that I was able to see from people. And I had some of the, most feedback whenever people would get massage from me. They're like, you're so good. You're so good. You're so good. So I do deep tissue therapeutic. It is not the foo-foo massage. Okay, y'all. So this is not going to feel the best while you're getting it done, but the results after are phenomenal, because the reason why is we've been so conditioned to say pain is bad, right? But the way that I educate people is also pain is an indicator of areas that need more TLC. So when you're taking care of your body and you're addressing things that have been dismissed, then you're actually giving yourself a higher quality of care.
And I love that you teach people to breathe through the pain, because I was under like a big baby, like
holding it.
And it's like, no, breathe.
No,
deep breath in, deep breath out.
I know she was over there. I had to sit there. I was like, "Ooh, breathe." She was like, "Oh yeah," like she forgot breath. She didn't know what breath was.
Breath. I was like,
she didn't even know what breath was. I was like, "Breathe, girl." I didn't want to use my CPR card today.
You know what? Really seriously, she ain't lying. But what was I gonna say? But I felt so good after it for so long. Like, okay, I definitely need to come back in, but I still feel good about it, because it was not just even about getting the massage. It was about how you treated me, how you heard me. I felt seen. I felt loved, even though we had literally just met. And you guys do know you don't have to know people to love people. I mean, you just love people. I mean, I think that we need to remember that people are human beings and they go through experiences, and we should start off with basic love. But it was just so much in that massage that I just can't even explain. This is an experience that you have to go and see her on.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the program. You told me that you want your community to know massage is not a luxury. It is a necessity for our bodies. So let's talk about that. Explain to them like why it's a necessity and what can they do to make sure that they incorporate this, especially for those who can't typically afford massages.
Yeah. And so it is so important, especially in the Black and Native Indigenous community. We've been so dismissed on some of the generational trauma and the things that we've experienced, that this stuff is stored in our bodies. And a lot of the trauma sometimes that I'm working out, it may not be yours. It could be something that's been passed down, just like we talked about, from a birth. It could be something that's passed down from your family.
Can I just interrupt with that real quick? Because when she starts you off in this sauna bag. And what was coming up for me, I started freaking out in my head. Now, I don't know if she's seen it in my face, but I was like, oh my gosh, she's zipping me up. Am I about to get killed? What if somebody ran in here and was trying to rob her and then came for me and I can't even get, like, all kinds of random irrational thoughts. But those aren't my trauma. I grew up in the church, y'all. I grew up in the church. I did not grow up in a community where people were getting killed. I didn't grow up like that. But that is trauma that is passed on from generation to generation. That's not my trauma. And I just wanted to express to you guys what she's saying is like, that is real. You're holding on to trauma that's not yours.
And this is a big piece of it. Like, we're working so much. All of us are just like working so much, and you work, and you're really dismissive of yourself. So being able to have someone be relaxed and have nothing that they have to do, but literally just being in tune with their body. Yes. And, and that experience, you don't get to do that often. Where you just get to really just just tune into yourself and not do anything. And then in the space that I do, I actually tell you, put on your own music. So you create your own vibe. It's not, normally go places, they're playing the music for you. I'm like, no, put on what you want to put on that's going to relax you. So you're getting in tune with yourself and you're relaxed. And most of the time when people are in there, after a while, they go to sleep. They're so relaxed. They're like, oh, wow, I didn't have this time just to slow down. Like, I feel so good. So even before I put my hands physically on you, I'm putting your body in parasympathetic mode, which is basically I'm relaxing you, which makes it easier for you to receive, because the work isn't going to be easy to receive if your muscles aren't warmed up. So your muscles being more warmed up makes it more relaxed and helps with chronic pain. Chronic pain is something that everybody is dealing with on so many levels nowadays. We see so many people are sitting for long periods of time. So there's a lot of people who have back pain, neck pain. We got, people in tech, they say tech neck. We got folks that are having headaches, migraines. We got people who are sitting long periods of time. They're having things in their hips now. There's hip replacement in their 40s. We got people who have sciatica, tendonitis, carpal tunnel, thoracic outlet, depression, anxiety, TMJ. I help with stuff with people's face. There's so many things that people don't know that massage can help with that. And so when I work on people, I address a lot of things that people don't even normally get addressed even from their doctor, because I'm spending more time with you than you spend with your doctor. Your doctor only has typically 15 minutes.
And you're actually feeling on the bodies, which the doctors don't do.
No. And
before we get out of here, because we're running out of time and we have like maybe 2 more minutes to get more information. But before we leave, I want people to know, where can they find you and come. You guys, I am not exaggerating. You guys got to go see her. Like, it's like, you're healing people who have so many different traumas, mother wounds, body wounds, birthing wounds. You really are really good at what you do. And I just hope that you know that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Where can people find you?
Yes, y'all, I'm located in Fremont near the Woodland Park Zoo, and as my business again is My Time for Massage. I'm on Google. I got over 100 reviews. The girl has been doing her thing
to go review that
for a long time. Yes, please go add to that.
Yes,
please.
Let me go add.
And so, people, you guys can check me out. I mean, I've worked on everything from professional athletes to folks who are transitioning and unhoused. So, for what I say, for the part where you're talking about affordability, if you can afford my rates, cool. If you can't, still reach out to me. My goal is to make sure that no one gets left behind. And I've created a free massage program, which now I'm at capacity for. But this year, I'm going to try to go after funding so I can extend it and be able to reach more people, to grow out my team, to do so many things. So, if I'm able to get more support and funding, if I'm able to get more people who are willing to support me and my name and the work, all those things help to be able to let people know this is something that's available to us and for us. And no one's exempt. I don't only work on expecting parents. I work on everybody. I work on men, women, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, anybody and everybody sees me. When I had to sign for my bathroom, and literally I had, a man, a woman, and an alien, because it's like everybody can get it. Okay, I don't care who it is.
Everyone needs it. Look,
everybody can get it. Even the aliens need it. Okay, because they over here. This world is crazy.
Well, thank you, Myesha, for tuning in, and I'm for sure that she's going to be back if she'll have us, because she's packed with so much information and we only have a little bit of a time. But you guys, please check out My Time for Massage, and look at my little puppy in the back. He is glued to me like a hip. I did not consent to this, but here we are. All right, guys, tune in. Don't forget to tune in to Phil AM next, and check out itself next Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. live here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Oh, actually, we won't be here. It will be Earth Deserves More Than a Day. So still tune in and learn more about how you can support your earth and your community gardens in your community. Bye.
Bye.